Have you ever wondered how a giant African buffalo survives constant attacks from thousands of blood-sucking parasites? Imagine carrying hundreds of ticks across your body every single day while living among swarms of biting insects. Yet, nature has created an incredible partnership that helps these powerful animals stay healthy. Tiny birds called oxpeckers and small cleaning fish work tirelessly to remove parasites, creating one of Africa's most fascinating survival stories. Welcome to Wild Nature Chronicles. Across the African savanna, the African buffalo is one of the continent's toughest animals. Weighing more than 800 kilograms, these muscular giants travel long distances through grasslands, forests, and muddy wetlands. They fear very few predators, but their greatest enemies are often the smallest creatures imaginable. Ticks, lice, mites, and biting flies constantly attack buffaloes. These parasites feed on blood, irritate the skin, spread disease, and weaken even the strongest animals. Left unchecked, thousands of parasites can cause infections, blood loss, and severe discomfort. Fortunately, the buffalo is not alone. High above the grass, a pair of red-billed oxpeckers spots a grazing herd. The birds swoop down with remarkable precision, landing directly on the backs of several buffaloes. Instead of chasing them away, the buffaloes remain calm. This is not an invasion. It is the beginning of a carefully balanced partnership that has evolved over millions of years. The oxpecker immediately begins searching through the buffalo's thick hide. Its sharp beak parts the coarse hair as it carefully inspects every inch of skin. Within seconds, it finds its first tick. With a quick snap of its beak, the parasite disappears. Then another, and another. Soon the bird moves across the shoulders, neck, ears, and face, removing dozens of parasites in only a few minutes. For the buffalo, every tick removed means less irritation and a lower chance of dangerous disease. For the bird, every parasite becomes a nutritious meal packed with protein. Both animals benefit. This relationship is known as mutualism, one of nature's most successful survival strategies. Oxpeckers are perfectly designed for this lifestyle. Their feet have strong claws that grip tightly onto moving animals, allowing them to cling securely even while the buffalo walks, runs, or pushes through thick vegetation. Their stiff tails provide extra balance, acting almost like a third leg whenever they climb over the animal's body. Their beaks are narrow and pointed, allowing them to reach deep into folds of skin where ticks often hide. Every feature of the oxpecker has evolved for one purpose: finding parasites. Throughout the day, the birds rarely stop searching. They inspect every wrinkle around the buffalo's eyes, every crease behind the ears, and every hidden patch beneath the neck. Some ticks bury themselves deeply into the skin after feeding for several days. Removing them requires patience and precision. The oxpecker grips the swollen parasite firmly before pulling it free. The buffalo barely reacts. Years of cooperation have built trust between these two very different animals. The buffalo understands that these tiny birds provide an important service. The oxpecker understands that the buffalo provides both food and protection. While perched high on the buffalo's back, the bird enjoys an excellent view of the surrounding landscape. This elevated position offers another unexpected benefit. Oxpeckers are extremely alert. Their sharp eyesight allows them to detect approaching danger long before the buffalo notices. If a lion begins stalking through tall grass, the oxpecker often becomes restless. It flutters its wings, gives loud warning calls, and sometimes flies into the air. The buffalo immediately becomes more alert. Its ears rotate toward the sound. Its head rises. The entire herd begins scanning the grasslands. These early warnings can mean the difference between life and death. Prédateurs dépendent en surprise. The oxpecker often destroys that advantage. Although lions remain deadly hunters, they struggle when an entire buffalo herd is prepared. Adult buffaloes quickly form a defensive circle around vulnerable calves. Massive horns face outward. Any lion that attacks now risks serious injury. In many cases, the hunt ends before it even begins. The oxpecker has unknowingly saved lives. But life on the buffalo is not always peaceful. Several oxpeckers may compete for the same animal. When parasite numbers are especially high, multiple birds can share a single buffalo. However, when food becomes scarce, fierce arguments begin. Birds chase one another across the buffalo's back. They spread their wings. They peck at rivals. Sometimes they even force competitors off the animal entirely. Winning a healthy buffalo means securing a reliable food supply for hours. Competition can be intense. During the rainy season, parasite populations explode. Warm temperatures and high humidity create ideal conditions for ticks to reproduce. Thousands of young parasites emerge across the grasslands. Every buffalo becomes a walking buffet. For oxpeckers, this is the busiest season of the year. They work almost continuously from sunrise until sunset. Their daily harvest can include hundreds of parasites. Scientists have observed oxpeckers removing astonishing numbers of ticks from a single herd over time. Without these birds, buffaloes would carry far heavier parasite loads. Eventually, the herd reaches a muddy watering hole. The buffaloes slowly enter the cool water. Mud covers their skin, creating a natural barrier against insects. Some parasites drown, others lose their grip, but another group of cleaners is already waiting beneath the surface. Small fish gather around the buffalo's legs. These aquatic cleaners quickly begin feeding on loose parasites, dead skin, and organic material. As the buffalo stands quietly in the water, the fish move carefully across submerged areas of its body. What the birds cannot reach above the water, the fish may clean below it. Together, birds on land and fish in water create two separate cleaning systems that help keep buffaloes healthier throughout the year. The buffalo seems almost relaxed during these cleaning sessions. The constant itching fades. Open wounds remain cleaner. Its skin becomes healthier. Every parasite removed reduces stress on the animal's immune system. Nature rarely depends on a single solution. Instead, different species often work together in remarkable ways. The buffalo gains cleaner skin. The oxpecker gains reliable food. The fish gains small meals. Each participant benefits in its own way. Yet, this relationship is more complicated than it first appears. Scientists have discovered that oxpeckers do not always behave like perfect helpers. Sometimes the birds peck at open wounds. Instead of removing parasites, they drink small amounts of blood. This behavior may delay healing. In these situations, the relationship shifts slightly away from cooperation. Nature is rarely simple. Most partnerships involve both benefits and costs. Despite these occasional drawbacks, buffaloes generally tolerate the birds because the overall advantages outweigh the negatives. Removing hundreds of disease-carrying ticks provides enormous health benefits. Without oxpeckers, parasite numbers could become overwhelming. The buffalo continues grazing peacefully across the open plains. Its powerful jaws tear through thick grasses. Nearby calves remain close to their mothers. Young buffaloes quickly learn to ignore the birds climbing across their backs. For them, oxpeckers are simply part of everyday life. As evening approaches, golden sunlight stretches across the African savanna. Long shadows cover the grasslands. The buffalo herd slowly moves toward safer resting grounds. Several oxpeckers remain perched on their backs until the final moments of daylight. Even as darkness approaches, they continue searching for one last tick, one last parasite, one last meal. Tomorrow morning, the cycle begins again. The buffalo will once again face countless parasites. The oxpeckers will once again arrive from the surrounding trees. The cleaning fish will once again wait beneath the surface of muddy waterholes. Together, they demonstrate one of nature's most remarkable examples of cooperation, where survival depends not on strength alone, but on partnership. Every tick removed is another victory. Every warning call is another chance to escape danger. Every cleaning session strengthens the bond between species that could never survive quite as successfully alone. In the endless wilderness of Africa, even the mightiest animals sometimes rely on the smallest allies. This extraordinary partnership reminds us that nature's greatest survival stories are often built on cooperation rather than competition. Thank you for watching Wild Nature Chronicles. If you enjoyed this documentary and want to discover more incredible wildlife stories from Africa and beyond, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with fellow nature lovers. Until next time, keep exploring the wild with Wild Nature Chronicles.